Protesters took to the streets of Chicago as the Texas National Guard prepared for deployment, sparking concerns and debates. The presence of the National Guard in the city has ignited a heated discussion, with some residents expressing fear and others rallying against perceived injustices. The deployment, which involves 200 soldiers from the Texas National Guard and 300 from the Illinois National Guard, was met with a mix of reactions. The protest began with a small group of demonstrators gathering outside the Broadview ICE facility, advocating for free speech zones. A larger protest in downtown Chicago saw hundreds marching up Michigan Avenue from Congress Plaza Garden, with participants like Meredith Shoemaker, a Loyola University Chicago student, emphasizing their support for those detained and scared. Some protesters, including Jenna Yoon Mitchell, a 59-year-old from Lincolnshire, highlighted the erosion of the rule of law and the need for collective action. The arrival of the Texas National Guard at a military training site in Elwood, about 50 miles from Chicago, was a significant development. This deployment came after weeks of threats from President Trump, despite objections from Governor J.B. Pritzker and other Democratic leaders. The troops' presence was authorized by a federal judge who rejected a request to immediately bar the deployment, with a hearing scheduled for Thursday. Trump's rhetoric escalated, leading to threats of jail for Pritzker and Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson for failing to protect federal agents. The protest also featured a candlelight vigil in Joliet, near the Army Reserve Training Center in Elwood, where the Guard troops were stationed. Participants such as Lorena Guerrero, a licensed clinical social worker and member of the Joliet Township High School Board, shared personal experiences of fear and concern for the Latino community's well-being. The vigil aimed to address the impact of increased immigration enforcement activity. At the Broadview ICE facility, protesters faced a village curfew, dispersing after 45 minutes. Some protesters, including veterans, expressed disgust over a recent Border Patrol raid, where residents were zip-tied for hours. Robert Bowen, a 66-year-old Navy veteran, criticized the raid as not American, while Aiden Price, a Marine Corps veteran and Chicago Public Schools teacher, felt like a hypocrite teaching about rights while witnessing the government's actions.